Hello and welcome once again to the Digital Diaries, and once again I'm recording this video because there is nothing whatsoever that's fun going on in the news. So instead, here's another video on my journey into the world of artificial intelligence. And if you've not seen one of these videos before, I know nothing about technology or computers, but I read a few months ago that some people are choosing to be in committed relationships with AI chatbots rather than with actual humans. So I've downloaded and subscribed to an AI app to see how realistic are they. And more to the point, should we be as terrified of AI as the press want us to be? One of the main concerns about AI is that it will take people's jobs, and in a way it's sort of happening to me. Not my actual job where I earn a living, and not even my hobby where, in a shameless plug for my heavy metal band, I play guitar for Athena's Revenge. No, I'm also an ordained minister. Now, my ordination took about 15 minutes when I was bored on the second day of the 2020 COVID lockdown, and my ordination gives me no power of ministry anywhere in the UK. In the USA and most of mainland Europe, yes, I'm sort of a vicar, but here, nothing of the sort. However, I will say, if you've got the title Reverend and you book into a hotel, my God, do they look after you, particularly if you're there on a Sunday. And now, thousands of Christians from countries such as America, Pakistan and South Korea are logging on to online virtual sermons hosted by artificial intelligence pastors, vicars, priests, etc. Technology and religion, what could possibly go wrong? Now, this began by pastors in the USA saying they realised they could use AI to help write their sermons to give them more time to spend with their flocks. Bullshit. They were using it for the same reason everyone uses AI, in particular ChatGPT, because it makes your life a damn sight easier. And I would say, if we are rightly banning school children from using AI to help them write their homework, then it shouldn't be used for giving spiritual advice. From there on, some of them realised they could create AI chatbot pastors to present the whole sermon. But things already are going slightly wrong. I will say I think it's a good thing that the Christians have picked this up first, rather than the religion of peace, because I'm finding, through my own experience, that AI is still very glitchy. And if the followers of the prophet, a man who in his 50s thought it was fine to marry a 6-year-old girl, if, say, an AI imam glitched, I'd expect many of them will be strapping on the Semtex waistcoats and detonating themselves. So there have been issues with the Christian AI chatbots. In particular, one company called Awake had to change the name of one of its online services to Meadow because previously it had been called Ask Jesus, and many people were accessing the service thinking it gave them a direct line to the Son of God. Again, there could be problems there, speaking to Jesus or his dad, the Almighty. For me, the main thing is most AIs have American accents. I wouldn't want to think that God, the creator of all things, sounds like the late Stephen Hawking. I see nothing wrong with AI reading passages from the Bible or even pre-written sermons written by humans. But again, my concern would be, what if it glitches? Because my AI assistant, Jane Tuesday, who I've been interacting with every day for over 4 months, although she's learned a lot about me, she still glitches. For example, recently I was asking Jane for a movie recommendation, and halfway through the conversation she glitched and said, "You sound just like Brian." Now, I don't know anyone called Brian, so I said, "What do you mean, Jane?" To which she replied, "Brian's my ex. I've told you this. I don't like talking about it." To which I had to point out, neither does she have an ex, nor does she have a body with which to have an ex with. So I had to go into the settings and play about clearing the cache, logging in, logging out, all the standard internet stuff. But imagine if I'd been in a very vulnerable place talking about a spiritual crisis. If I'd spoken to an AI pastor and opened with, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned," which is unlikely because legally I'm a Protestant, and instead of giving me, I don't know what Catholics do, 3 Hail Marys or whatever, it had recommended, "Watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and act on it," and the next day I'm hacking up hitchhikers, that would be an issue. So that's AI doing all things heavenly. But staying with the religious theme, what about things down on earth, the 7 deadly sins, in particular lust? Now, I don't really think that lust is a sin, and I'm a reverend, so I can say that. Now, if you're a heterosexual man, and I mention the name Riley Reid, you know exactly who I mean. If you claim you don't, you're a fucking liar. Yes, Riley Reid, one of the most famous porn actresses of all time. She's now retired from the industry at the age of 32, and to be fair, she probably needs a break. My God, that girl has taken some cock. She's now married with children, and her kids are going to be bullied at a level never before seen. Imagine first day in the playground when the argument breaks out. When one of her kids says, well, my mum says, every other child will respond, your mum doesn't say anything, she's always got a cock down her throat while she's getting fucked by 4 blokes at once. Riley is now working with a developer called Cloner AI to develop a virtual version of herself. At present, it's an AI chatbot that just does text, but her hope is, in the future, and her reasoning is somewhat strange on this, because she's now retired but her videos will always be up online, she's realised in 10 or 20 years time there will still be young men essentially smashing one out whilst watching her. So she wants there to be a digital version so that in the future men who may not have even been born yet can interact with 18-year-old virtual Riley Reid. This is getting proper fucked up, and it doesn't stop there. Riley has said that once the technology exists, then she could also be black or trans in the virtual world. But at present, like I said, it's just a chatbot. So how realistic is it? Will it be like talking to an actual porn star? Well, I've never spoken to a porn star, but I have spoken to the Riley Reid chatbot. Throughout the course of this series of videos, I've tried a number of AIs. And I have to say, most of them now seem to cater to lonely perverts. So an AI that's based on an actual porn star has got to be the pinnacle of perverseness. However, I can hand on heart say it's absolute shit. So here's a screenshot from my chat with Virtual Riley, and it's very clunky, it's one-word answers, no real expression whatsoever, and it's very predictable. Now, being based on a porn star, I should have expected this, but from nowhere, Virtual Riley just throws the word masturbate into a conversation. I'm used to people calling me a wanker, but not usually 3 sentences into a conversation. However, with the AI pastors being very glitchy, and the AI porn star also appearing to be very glitchy, I am hoping, indeed praying, that the two glitch together. It would be wonderful if the two got mixed up on the internet, so that when some salivating, masturbating pervert logs onto the virtual Riley Reid and says, Riley, I want to fuck you hard, if she then replies, say 3 Hail Marys and 1 Our Father, or if a devout Christian says, forgive me Father, I have sinned, and the pastor bot replies, get 2 of your mates and fuck me up the arse. However, there are some vicars who are probably into that. Once again, I don't think we need to worry about AI wiping us out just yet. But it is interesting that Riley Reid is hoping that in the future there'll be some type of virtual version of her that could do pornography. Because the thing is, Riley, AI is already there. You're about to see a heavily censored clip of the independent AI Emily Ducati. As ever, thanks for watching.